Let's dive into the troubled life and chilling crimes of Mississippi's only woman on death row, Lisa Jo Chamberlin. In the history of Mississippi's justice system, one name stands alone in a grim category. That name is Lisa Jo Chamberlin. Convicted of a brutal double murder and sentenced to die, she remains the only woman awaiting execution in the state. Her life story is one of deep traumas, violent crimes, and also a relentless legal battle that has spanned nearly 2 decades. Born on September 30th, 1972, in Oregon, Lisa Jo Chamberlin entered a world already stacked against her. Her childhood was marred by severe abuse. These abuses were physical, emotional, and sexual. According to court records and defense accounts, she was horrifically victimized by multiple family members, including her biological father and stepfather, and even a school teacher. Her mother, battling alcoholism and bipolar disorder, offered little to no protection. Chamberlin's adult life reflected the instability of her early years. She married 3 times and had 3 children with different partners, one of whom was also among her abusers. Despite the chaos, people close to her described her as a fiercely devoted mother who loved her children deeply. In early 2004, Chamberlin was living in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, with her boyfriend named Roger Lee Gillette. The couple stayed with Gillette's cousin, Vernon Hewlett, and Hewlett's girlfriend, Linda Heinzelman. But when tensions rose and the pair were told to move out, the situation spiraled into unimaginable violence. On the night of the murders, Roger Lee Gillette attacked his cousin Vernon Hewlett with a hammer before slitting his throat. Lisa Jo Chamberlin targeted Linda Heinzelman, attempting to strangle her. But when that had failed, Roger Lee Gillette stepped in to fatally stab her. The brutality didn't end there, though. Both victims were dismembered, and their remains were placed inside a freezer. That freezer was later loaded into a truck and driven hundreds of miles to an abandoned farm in Kansas, where it was eventually discovered. The couple were able to avoid capture for 9 days before March 29, 2004. When the police responded to a report that the couple were in possession of a stolen vehicle, which was Vernon Hewlett's truck, this heinous crime shocked Mississippi and Kansas alike. In 2006, a Forest County jury convicted Lisa Jo Chamberlin of 2 counts of capital murder. The trial moved quickly. Within hours of the verdict, the jury recommended a death sentence. Her defense presented her troubled upbringing and mental health issues, including post-traumatic stress disorder and borderline personality disorder, in an attempt to sway jurors toward life imprisonment. But the severity and planning of the crime outweighed mitigating factors in their eyes. She was sentenced to death by lethal injection on August 4, 2006. At just age 33, Gillette faced his own trial in 2007, resulting in a death sentence that was later overturned. In 2018, his penalty was reduced to life without parole, leaving Lisa Jo Chamberlin as the sole woman on Mississippi's death row. Since her conviction, Chamberlin's legal team has fought relentlessly to overturn her sentence. In 2008, the Mississippi Supreme Court rejected her direct appeal. In 2010, her first post-conviction relief petition was denied. In 2011, the United States Supreme Court refused to hear her case. Then came a turning point. In 2015, a federal judge ordered a new trial, citing evidence of racial bias in jury selection. However, in 2018, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals reinstated her conviction and death sentence. In 2022, Lisa Jo Chamberlin won the right to pursue new claims in state court, arguing she had ineffective legal representation during post-conviction proceedings. Part of her new evidence included an affidavit from Gillette, suggesting she acted under his influence and coercion. However, on May 14, 2025, the Mississippi Supreme Court rejected her latest petition. The justices concluded that her role in planning and carrying out the murders was substantial, and that no new evidence justified a retrial. Today, Lisa Jo Chamberlin is housed at the Central Mississippi Correctional Facility in the Women's Maximum Security Unit. She remains the only female inmate awaiting execution in the state. If carried out, her sentence would make her the first woman executed in Mississippi since 1944. Lisa Jo's name will remain etched in Mississippi's criminal history for years to come, a haunting reminder of how a life marked by abuse and instability can spiral into one of the most notorious crimes the state has ever seen. Thanks for watching.